Whoa, yeah. I like giving a little yeah in the beginning. And then I realized that you listen to this every week, so I hope you like the yeah, the karate. These are the paying sponsors for the show. If you'd like to be a paying sponsor for the show, you can email me at neveragainstudio@gmail.com. I have information I can send over to you. But these are all my friends, family, your family when you're involved here. Very fast and furious. But you can contact me and you can become a part of the show. And they keep the lights on. So I appreciate all of the sponsors that mess with the show. I appreciate you. Thank you so much. Contact me if you'd like to be a sponsor. Finishers MMA, finishersmma.com, @finishers. That's how you find them on social media. These guys have a show with us every Monday called Now We Go. You can check it out. Zach, JM, Thor, Grace, there's too many to name that come out of that school, and they are killers in the game. They are the biggest MMA jiu-jitsu school in the area, and they are owning the East Coast. You can contact them at 610-438-0746. Ask for Andrew. They are at 3761 Nicholas Street in Easton, PA. They have 2 locations as of now, Bethlehem and Allentown. They are growing into 3, 4, 5, 6. I would say they are taking over, but they already have. Check them out on all of their social media. They are awesome to follow. And if you're looking to get in shape, you're looking to choke people, you're looking to do anything at all to better your life, finishersmma.com. AllValleyRooter.net. That's not how you pronounce it all the time. I just say it that way. All Valley Rooter, Jared LaBarba. He is my plumber. He's the show's plumber. I'm getting him plumbing business all over, and I love that he is getting what he wants. He has 24-hour emergency service. He is certified, insured, and professional. You can follow him at All Valley Rooter. He's on social media, and you can find his information at allvalleyrooter.net. Jared came down over the weekend and he fixed a problem down here. He's super professional. I love him as a person. I love his business. He grew it and he's doing his own thing. It's allvalleyrooter.net. It's 24-hour professional plumbing services. He can help you out with everything you need. It's 610-762-1656. He's certified, insured, and professional. Do not be afraid to contact him for any of your plumbing needs. Support Jared. Jared supports us. Luke Delmeyer Handmade Custom Knives. I love Luke. It's lukedelmeyer.com. He's a farrier, a bladesmith, and a blacksmith. He has custom knives, and the best part about it is you can take classes to make them. So not only can you take a class to learn how to make knives, at the end of the class, you get that knife. We're working on a project together. He started recently getting into chef knives, so he's starting to make chef knives. He makes hunting knives. He can make any of your needs as far as blacksmithing. That's at Luke Delmeyer on Instagram. That is the best way to follow him. You can see all the stuff that he's posting, he shares, he does raffles, he gives giveaways. Check out all things Luke Delmeyer at lukedelmeyer.com. We've had him on the show before. You can dig down in the library, listen to how he got started and where he's at now. I'm excited to work with Luke. He's a really good friend of the show, and I'm excited to showcase his chef knife that he's making me. Check out all things Luke Delmeyer at lukedelmeyer.com. Farrier, bladesmith, blacksmith. Rips Auto Detail. This guy is the best, hands down, in the area. I've interviewed him. I know his story. He's doing things that others aren't, and I love that he fucks with the show. I love getting the best of the best and having them support and be a part of this. That's what the sponsorship is for. I'm giving you the best people in their profession, and Rips is the best at auto detail. It's at Rips Auto Detail for Instagram. You follow that. He's showing you the different cars he does, and it's at 630 North Nelson Street in Allentown, PA. He offers paint correction, ceramic, SPS coatings, and more. This is appointment only, and it's ripsautodetail@gmail.com. You can call him at 484-553-1366. I tell you, follow him. If you don't know, you want to know more about what he does, follow him on Instagram. Follow Rips Auto Detail, and you can see all the things that Rip does. He's a big part of the show. We have a separate show we do called Road Dogs, and you can check out his past interviews and hear his whole story. I couldn't recommend this guy more for your auto, car, boat, plane. This guy literally has done everything, and he is the best in the area doing this. Rips Auto Detail. This is Never Again Radio, episode 92.
Clap.
Welcome to Never Again Radio, Patrick.
Thank you.
How are you? Thank you for bringing Mad J's Barbecue.
You're welcome.
What did you get?
I got the brisket melt. Never had
new?
it before.
Is it new? Can I see it?
I don't know if it's new. I've never.
I saw it on there. I don't know if it's new. I know of the Mad J's Mess, which I've never had.
I've never
that.
had.
What about the Frankenstein one?
I've had that too. I've liked everything.
Yeah.
I've never had this before.
It looks good.
It does look good. So you can't go wrong with brisket. You can't.
Well, you can go wrong with brisket if you make it wrong.
Well, okay.
Ask Tim.
So make it right.
You know how you go wrong with brisket?
Put it on
I'm not saying that.
I'm never making
Tim
it again.
redeemed himself. Tim redeemed himself.
So I will only buy brisket now. I will never do it myself.
See now listen. I bought ribs, and I had to learn how to cook them.
Yes. Oh no, mine came out good.
Fantastic.
Oh no, brisket came out really good.
Why the heck don't you want it anymore?
Because it was over 8.5 hours of every fucking half hour spraying it and doing shit, and then as I'm moving shit, it's leaking everywhere. I destroyed everything.
See, ribs are a lot easier.
Yeah, I know. Well, when I did the bread, I was so pissed off at the end. I said, I'm never doing this again. I remember sitting there cutting it, and I'm going, I'm never doing it again. I'm never doing it again. It came out great,
Right.
but no, it's not worth it. I'll just buy it.
Listen, I started grilling ribs the completely wrong way.
Ribs have to go really long, and the more you cook them, they get salt. Like the first couple you do it, and they're tough, and it sucks. But
see, mine kept burning. They kept burning.
Mine would stick to the bone, and then when I got the smoker, I was like, oh yeah, I never changed the hammer, did I? Hey guys,
You're supposed to be taking care of the camera.
I am an audio guy. Look, I'm for it.
Audio.
Yeah, I'm not a fucking camera guy. Wait, am I number 4? Oh.
Yeah, 4.
Yeah, guys, don't worry about the show. It's just we were looking at the chair because Mike gets up and walks away.
And that's all we got in this whole shot so far because Jesse shot.
We'll just edit that out. No, not even me. It was his chair.
It was Jesse shot.
But no, when I got the smoker, ribs are stupid easy.
Before we continue, it's not easy to do this and run the switcher.
Listen, I don't have a smoker, so
you gotta get one.
Well, no, I learned to grill them on the top rack.
Yeah.
With foil underneath.
Yeah.
Because they kept burning. Even when I moved them up, I'm like, what is going on here? Well, here the fat dripped off and
was lighting on fire and
oh my God. And here I am at the campfire getting drunk and you know, probably dancing or something stupid.
What do you dance to?
What do I dance to lately?
Yeah, like if you're fucked up and
it's what country,
you got into country
music.
Yeah, I got into country.
It's all about drinking.
Yeah, and your dog and stuff
music.
like that. I don't mind country music. It's got to be good country music though.
Listen,
not the old stuff.
I like.
I love the old stuff.
This is God's country.
No, I love the old stuff.
Yeah.
That's
listen, I sent him a picture today of Paul Cauthen.
That's as far as I go with
Paul
country music. That song.
A chick from
God's country.
Yeah. You listen to Paul Cauthen?
No.
Oh, come on.
I don't even know who the hell that is. I don't think.
It'll get. Oh, when we're done here, I'm going to expand your fucking.
You have no idea. Done.
I was sending him pictures because it'll cut it on YouTube.
Blake Shelton. I didn't realize that was him.
Yes.
He's the American Idol guy or whatever it is.
And Gwen Stefani.
Stuff.
Yeah. We're definitely.
Blake Shelton and Gwen Stefani are together.
Yeah, they're engaged now, right? I think
I'm not sure.
Yeah, this starts out so dramatic. Yeah, they used to play us at Widows all the time. I'm like, play it again. Mad J's Barbecue.
That's not the song that Gwen Stefani's in.
No,
that's
another one.
How weird is it that the two of them ended up together?
They were on that TV show.
Yeah, a lot of heat on that show.
Torres loves Gwen Stefani. Torres he's always posting Gwen Stefani. You got a little beef with him right now. He keeps calling you Dog the Bounty Hunter, and I don't know why. I think it's the sunglasses.
No, it is the sunglasses, but I still don't see it.
No. I laugh, and I'm like, hey, I'll go along with you. I even told him that we can get your face printed on T-shirts.
That may work.
Yeah.
If it makes money, listen, I'm all about money.
I'm gonna play the middleman.
If it makes the money,
I'm gonna be the middleman.
But I really don't see how me looking like Dog the Bounty Hunter is gonna make you money.
No, I don't. I'm not. I just told him I can get 2 or 3 T-shirts printed with your face on it for him to wear at work. I'm not launching a campaign.
Listen, you can do anything in small batches. I think I made it one-off. Remember, I made that one-off with Hendrix.
Oh yeah,
and I just
right.
said it was all hashtags in the bottom. It was like hashtag self-centered, hashtag. But it was. I think I found it in my drawer last fucking week.
Yeah,
you can make any one-off.
Yeah, he wanted to come down early, and then I was like, "Well, you want to grab food?" And then we didn't know where to go, so then we stopped over there, and I got the nachos. What'd you get? The brisket chili.
Brisket chili,
and then I don't know. That looks good.
The brisket melt, which I haven't tasted yet.
I'm waiting till after the show. I didn't.
I don't know if I'm going to wait till after the show, but either way,
get into it.
Well, no, it's all about Jay Torres. Yeah. It's all about Jay Torres.
You're coming after him pretty hard.
No, it wasn't hard at all. It's just the Dog the Bounty Hunter.
Yeah.
I mean, seriously.
This
looked like Dog the Bounty Hunter.
No, listen, you gotta understand. He's around smoke all day. Yeah. A lot of that fucks with your head eventually.
A lot of smoking going on over there at Torres's. A lot of smoke.
You recently left your job.
Yes, I did.
Good for you, man. That's you said you were going to do it, and you reached out when you first started doing this with the pressure washing and everything you're doing, and the business changed a little bit, and I'm excited to see where it's growing. But it's not easy to walk away from the job. I just had Thor on from 10th Planet, and he did something similar where he had you had a lot of time invested there. Like he was at PP&L and you were at your place and you had years in there. I mean, you got me a job there and were my boss for a while. Like you put your fucking time in, and it's not easy.
You should have fucking fired him right away.
Yeah, right. I'm the only reason I was tolerable for him.
Opportunity.
But
my level wasn't that high.
For you to make that jump, man, that's very life changing. That's nerve wracking. Right. When did you start even fucking around with media blasting, pressure washing? Like that's not just something you kind of fall into.
Well, it basically came down to, let's say, my hours being cut. So I was always the guy working overtime.
Well, that was the thing there is you made money with overtime there.
That got cut. I started my business to make up for the overtime.
Yeah. But when did you get into media blasting? Was that something you were doing at work?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, I figured it was easy. But in the end, it was really difficult because the equipment that you need to do it you need expensive equipment. So at this point in time, media blasting, sandblasting, whatever you want to call it, is put on the back burner. Till I want to get back to that. I do. But I had to go where the money was at. So pressure washing, I got a lot of referrals. I got a lot of support from you.
Of course. I always push everybody.
Jay Torres.
I can't.
Yes. Mad Jay's helped me out a lot. I've had a lot of help from a lot of people to get to where I'm at. Referrals, Facebook, Instagram. I haven't advertised yet. So for me to leave that job, it means a lot to me. It means a lot that I have your support. I have your support. I have everybody's support, including my wife's, my kids, obviously, all my family. So I'm happy for the opportunity to grow my business. I am. And from here on out, it's growing my business, it's putting everything back into my business that I can.
Yeah.
Obviously I need to make money doing it. So I'm not the cheapest. I'm not the most expensive. But my work is guaranteed. I will get the job done for whatever you need.
See, you have one of those professions too. Like Steinmetz opened up his own. He's painting.
Right.
And he always painted for somebody else. So he was going to open up. He loves it, but he said he decided I'll do it myself, whatever. And I said it's one of those professions too, like yours, that when you first start, you're gonna fuck up pricing. You're just not gonna understand. Right. And then all of a sudden, you start looking back, and you're like, whoa, like a lot of people took me for a lot of money. I should have charged a lot more, but you almost have to do that to get your foot in the door and open it up and explain everything.
Yes.
But he said too, he's like, the first couple I did, he was like, I talked to my old boss and said, this is what I chose. And my boss said, wow, you're stupid. But it's one of those things.
But he got his foot in the door.
It's your time. How much is your time
right?
Worth? And that's the hardest thing. Hardest thing to price.
Every time I show up to a job, I'm thinking, how much work do I got to put into this?
Yeah,
it's not hourly.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, right now we're talking residential.
Mm-hmm.
Residential houses, decks, everything I do, I look at and I think, how much time is this going to take me, and what's it worth to my time?
Yeah,
and I obviously I'm a small business, so trying to grow. So I will come in on the lower end. I guarantee you that.
Yeah.
And I'm always negotiable. I mean, that's the other thing. I'm honest.
Yeah.
If I don't know the answer, I'm going to say, hey, listen, I need to figure that out.
Yeah.
I need to look it up. Basically what everybody else is going to do, look it up on their phone. Like what's the best way to go about this?
Yeah.
No, I mean, I have a lot of experience in decks and houses and all that. Now I got into fleet washing. So obviously right now I have 400 vehicles I have to do a month just for one commercial job.
Yeah.
I also have another, commercial jobs are the way to go.
I don't understand. I see what you're doing. And I said, I don't understand how you can judge how much water and stuff you need for each thing. I would come up short every time.
Well, listen, this is why that I need to focus on for the buses.
Yeah.
For the buses. I find out which terminal has water supply.
Has a fill up, yeah.
And listen, it may be a garden hose, but it's still free water. I don't have to pay for that.
Yeah.
I have gotten comments on, you need to hook up to a hydrant. You can get that. You can get permission to do that, get a meter to put on it, and you pay for that. As long as I can fill up, yes, time is money.
Yeah.
But since I quit my full-time job, I have a lot of time.
Yeah.
So I can leave earlier, or I can spend more of the day. What's killing me now is the daylight.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, I mean, that, and when they're in school, they have runs, day run or morning.
Yeah, they're
run,
gone for so many X amount of hours and they come back.
And then they go out in the afternoon. Well, the afternoon part, when they come back, it's killing me because it's already dark.
Yeah.
So.
Isn't it weird quitting and then having to fill that time up? Like I was talking to Thor about that, where like when I first jumped into doing this and like I didn't know like what I was going to be doing all day. It's so bizarre. Like the first 2 weeks where I'm like, am I doing this right?
See,
should I be getting up at this time? Where am I going today? It was really weird.
So in my instance, I have so much work that I wasn't getting accomplished doing my full-time job. Now it's scheduled. So I have to wake up, I have to get there, I have to do this amount. And then, you know what? If that's what I get done, that's what I plan for that day, I can go home.
Yeah.
I posted a video the other day with me being my own boss, and that's what's great.
Yeah.
Because I can wake up at 5 a.m. and I can go and be ready. I can wake up at 8, and be there when the buses come back. Yeah. I mean, it's stupid that I'm talking about buses all the time and posting about buses because it drives me absolutely insane because I have nothing else to come up with.
I have a good bus story. In Bushkill, where they used to keep the buses all the time.
Yeah.
Schmitty used to live back there, or his parents owned the house over by the thing. And then one day we went over there and he was like, hey, he's like, I bet you if we start breaking all the windows on these buses, we won't have to go to school tomorrow. So
that sounds like
so he started throwing rocks through all the windows. And then a neighbor was like, what are you two doing? And then we ran. And I was like, yeah, my mom wants to get me. And then I think the cops showed up. We went to school.
No, that's not like a life plan to follow.
We went to school. You went to school. They did not stop the buses because we smashed one window out of the back of a bus.
Perfect. So that plan didn't work out.
Once,
Hey man, I miss the days. I miss the days of just being like, yeah, that's a great idea. And like I said that to Kevin
and just
Patton.
not having a care
I said,
in the world.
yeah. Do you remember in our 20s? I said to Kevin Patton, I'm like, do you remember when like you would just be like, we should go do that, and I'm like, huh, totally. You know, we could definitely get arrested. Like someone could get hurt. No, all that's out the window. That's a great idea.
There was no care in the world back then.
No. Yeah, that was my bus story. Yeah, but you're doing good with the buses, though.
No, I am.
You know, it's great money, and you're picking up different things, and the more you do with that,
right?
As long as it's just staying busy.
I have.
And you're not just doing that too. You have the because you sprayed down here. We did the disinfectant.
Yes,
and I think that I mean, especially with what's coming up, I think you can definitely get on that.
I have not been able to push for that. I've been so busy.
Yeah,
but that is something that it is coming up.
Yeah,
it may come up quicker on us than we think.
Especially if they're leaving businesses, but they got to follow guidelines to stay open.
The guidelines. I don't know about the guidelines.
I'm just saying that if let's say something comes down,
the opportunity comes up, I'm going to push for that. Very hard, and it's very simple. It's disinfecting, so I'm certified to disinfect.
That's cool. He's got a suit he puts on. He's very Breaking Bad.
Well, that's only for really proper precautions.
I don't know why you're down talking it, dude. You look really cool when you're in the suit. It's
I did. I'm not. I look awesome in anything.
It's a very form-fitting in the crotch. Is that what it is?
No, it wasn't.
No, that was busted out on every pair.
Oh, you lucky devil here. You were sashaying around here probably.
But no, listen. Disinfecting is it's not just for COVID.
Yeah, it's for everything.
It's for everything. Listen. COVID
There's
is
worse
here.
things than COVID down here.
It is here. It's been here. There's nothing we can do to change that. But listen, let's go back to everything else there is.
Yeah.
There's everything else but COVID.
Yeah.
I mean, so disinfecting for that. It's for every business, for hospitals, nursing homes, everything you could think of. I mean, disinfecting.
Yeah.
There's really nothing stupid about disinfecting. We just think of it as everything's COVID now.
Yeah, I know.
So, I mean, we go from there, but...
Well, it's like, it was the first time I was flipping through the channels, and it was like, there was a football game on, and before it started, they showed people going through the locker rooms and disinfecting it and spraying it. I go,
UFC does that now.
You've never seen anybody clean anything before?
Right.
Like, now
that's all for TV. It's why the UFC makes them wear masks the whole time.
But listen, in the same sense... Those people that are doing that disinfecting are making money.
Oh, a lot of fucking money.
So, look at it that way.
Yeah.
Look at it. There's a job like that.
Oh, they're making a lot of money
everywhere.
Yeah.
Everywhere. It's just I
told him, I said, if I'd have time, I would just go up the block and be like, hey, he's doing this. Like, he'll come here one day, and if we get 10 people on the block to do it, he'll knock off money, and then he'll do everybody at the same time. Because, like, the barbershop will probably do it. Tara, I don't know. Yeah, it's just got to talk to people, but you should have that done for your business, especially if you're going to be open during shit like this. Yeah, I mean that's if you give a fuck. I don't. I mean...
Obviously, the more business.
I'll do what I want down here. We'll run it like pirates.
Obviously, the same business in the same area, everybody would be discounted.
Yeah,
I would just have to. Obviously figure that out.
Yeah,
but let I need to get to that point first.
No, I think you're growing it smart. I mean, you even told me when you started doing it, you're like, and that's the thing people don't understand when you jump into something, you're trying to figure stuff out. And I went through that, and I'm sure he did with his business, where it's like, you don't know what's going to work. So you wanted to go heavy on media blasting, and you're like, well, fuck, this ain't making me money right now. But when you need to pay the bills, and then you got 10 pressure washer clients, you're like, well, fuck it, I'm just going to do pressure washing. But the problem with pressure washing is it's seasonal. But then seasonal came up, and you were like, fuck it, I'm cleaning yards. And like, that's when I knew that you were going to take it farther. Because you didn't stop. There wasn't ever a stop on the hustle. There's some people who be like, well, I guess I can't work over the winter. I'll stay at my job.
So here's the thing. Now, Back to Glory blasting is year round with pressure washing.
Yeah.
I mean, you got a couple instances where it's below zero or below freezing, sub-zero temperatures. So obviously that I don't want to ruin my equipment. I don't want, I'm going to pressure wash whatever you got and it's just going to turn to ice. So the way our, planet has been, it hasn't been below sub-zero for more than...
It was 70 last week.
Well, right. But when winter actually gets here...
Like you're not working in Alaska. Like you see the sea spray for... Yeah.
Right.
I wish we were.
It could be 7 degrees one day, and it could be that way for a week.
Yeah.
And then next thing you know, you're at 40 degrees.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it is year-round. I have commercial business year-round.
Yeah.
Other than them.
Yeah, because you were
snowfall.
You were
obviously
offering other stuff too. Like, you know what I mean? Like that was what the point I was making at is that no matter what obstacle was coming in your way, you were going the fuck around it, over it, or through it.
I'm trying to, I'm not trying to go around it. I'm just trying to make sense of a business.
Yeah.
I'm trying to make good decisions as a business. I'm not just going to, okay. So everybody asked me, well, why don't you get into snow removal? And I said, well, that's perfect and that's great as a business. But last year we got what, a half an inch?
So you're going to dump how much money in equipment?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Right now I have one truck. So that truck is doing every round. I'm going to put a snowplow on that truck and it's going to destroy my truck. Say we get one good snowstorm.
If that's your main truck that you're going to have a plow and you might as well count on a new transmission.
Everything.
Every other year for about
to get a half an inch.
Yep.
So say I spend $1,500 plus on a snowplow. Guess what? I also have to hire people to help me do the job. What if we get no snow? How do I plan that?
Yeah.
So that's what I'm saying. I'm trying to build my business smart. I'm trying to build my business commercially. Residential comes around more springtime.
Yeah.
So I'm just trying to be smart about my business. And that's...
Yeah, snow removal was... I feel bad for all those people because they kill it.
But
I did it for a while.
Most of them are landscaping companies.
Yeah,
so that's what they do in the winter.
Yeah, and then they pick up like the property management. Right. They already have like dump trucks. They have fucking, they have like when Glenn and
but a lot
Jay
of shit
did
too.
that,
A lot of that shit has a lot. You need a lot of fucking insurance when you get commercial accounts.
Hey,
that's
man,
another big.
I
watched on what it is.
I watched Jay,
it depends on what it like. If you're snowplowing, yes, because you have a chance to destroy a lot of things.
You can also make a lot of money. I watched Jay and Glenn. They cleared $1 million the one summer, and that's how they got money to fucking reinvest with Palmer Nursery. But I mean, I don't know if they've had that since then. That's what the point that you were making, where like, that was the perfect winter where it's like you got that much shit, and then they got they got Trader Joe's. It doesn't matter if you're there 24/7. Like, so, that's a lot of fucking money to charge someone, starting out with like, you'd be better off taking your truck and working for somebody else than trying to build it. But I don't know. All I ever get is stupid ideas from people that aren't running businesses. What you should do? You should do this. What?
That drives you nuts.
I just, yeah, we'll do it. Doing it. Yeah. Talk to Jesse. I got to get off the phone. Got to call him right now. Hot tip. Thank you. What's it like doing your own thing, man? What's it like doing your own thing?
Well,
was it weird your first day? Was it like the first day of school? Were you nervous?
No.
Just stop and get yourself a good egg sandwich.
I do what I do.
What do you do for breakfast? Are you a breakfast guy? Or are you coffee and smokes? Hammering those fucking smokes.
Coffee, a cigarette.
I miss smoking butts.
Shit before I leave and then off to work.
Yeah.
I really don't even think about lunch. I just try and hammer it out, get done what I got to do, and go home. I mean, it's that simple.
Yeah.
No, it was rough. I remember when we started. For me, I never ran a business.
What is that, Wall Street?
And my boss, on Wall Street.
No, Wall Street. When he goes, lunch is for wimps.
Oh no. But my boss just goes, and I was like, hey man, I don't really know like what I'm supposed to be doing. I just came and sat in my office, and he goes, you just do what you've been doing for the last 4 years. Just do the same thing. And then I was like, after like the first month, I was like, I made a whole bunch of money. Like, you didn't pay me enough money at all. You're a fucking asshole.
Right. And
then you realize that, people are fucking assholes. Like, I'm like not making it to work because my transmission's failing. and you've ruined every car I ever had, and I didn't make any money.
Is that on the Buick?
Oh no, that was on the Mazda
Porsche.
Navajo. No, I didn't drive the Porsche.
So the antifreeze coming out of the vents.
That was a Buick. To this day,
Nothing to do with
to this day, I can't be around fucking antifreeze.
Well, just from breathing it.
Dude,
Oh
Yeah.
my God.
I can smell when somebody has a leak. I can smell it from across the way.
There was, I remember when we went to Notre Dame, Brett Karlowich, his car had a leak that came through the vents, and then we'd have to leave the fucking window.
core,
We'd have to leave the windows down, and we'd get sick.
Yes, well, that's what. So what happened?
I just remember Josh would like have mittens on and be like, "I'm so cold."
Yeah. So mine was. It was in the Buick, and what happens? I realized it went bad because I turned the heater on. All of a sudden, I was like, "There's this weird shit on my windshield. It wouldn't come off. Everything was like foggy," and I was like, "What the hell?" And I would touch it. It was gross. So I go, "Something's wrong." And I still remember coming out after school, and the passenger side floor was just. It was a huge puddle of antifreeze, and I go, something happened, and I looked it up, and it's like, oh yeah, the heater core is like literally right where the passenger seat is, and after that, I smell that all the fucking time. It's so gross.
Gross.
So gross.
Yeah, he used to have a leak in that, and Seanyo, I think, had a problem like that in one of his cars where we had to constantly have the windows down.
It's fucking gross.
And it was just fucking. It was just fucking constantly. It was just
that smells, and
terrible
then,
smell.
And then the shit that Pontiac and GM has, the orange shit, that has a different smell to it, and I'm sick to that too. Fixing my wife's fucking car.
My wife.
Ugh, so bad. That was brutal too. That sprayed me in the fucking face, and I'm like, God damn it!
Are we still on the antifreeze?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I hate antifreeze.
We're actually drinking it now.
Yeah.
I remember driving around with you.
Wiping off the fucking windshield.
Yeah, saying,
that's what we were talking about.
Look through
was that
these
bad?
3,000 CDs and find what I want.
Listen,
That's all I got.
my take on it was that no
okay,
one would
Jesse.
steal all of them because that would just be silly. They stole all of them.
How crazy was
what?
it back in the day?
They stole my sub. They stole all my CDs. They stole everything.
Oh, that's right. There was always the fucking the thievery going on, and then there'd always be someone who's like, "Yeah, I'll fucking put razor blades under." I think Waylon said that. I'll put razor blades under my speakers, and you'll have no fingers left if you try and steal them.
Yeah, I just remember.
I just somewhere around here.
Yeah, they're over there, I believe. Oh, they're behind you. I'm sorry, they're over there.
Yeah, on the table. I remember.
What's that? Oh, it's the fucking bathroom.
They bled all over my car, and I was like, "Hey, man, can we just take like fingerprints off the car or off the blood?" And the guy goes, "This isn't CSI." I said, "Oh, okay. I guess I'm not getting anything back. Thanks for that." But it was so. Then I remember they called me, maybe 3-4 months later, and they said, "Hey, we found a bunch of people that were stealing stuff, and we have a whole room full of audio equipment if you want to come down and look at it and see if any of it's yours." I remember walking.
Nazareth.
No, it was they held it at the one in Bath, and I walked in and I was like, "This is everything I've ever wanted in my car." And he's just like, "Is any of this yours?" And I'm like, "I fucking wish. Like I wish, like I had all these JL subs. Like I wish I had like." But I was like, "No." I was like, "Dude, I really wish like one of like no." And my shit was gone. I have a sub in my car now. I'm gonna get rid of it soon.
I wonder if people still
I have a jail.
still.
Really?
I had to. I can't listen to regular fucking. It pisses me off. So when I got that vehicle, I was like, I immediately went and I told my wife. I said, I'm gonna go to the place over in Palmer, and I said I need a backup camera. I need a fucking alarm that I can get like half-mile fucking range. You know, the two-way shit.
Yeah, that worked well at the range, didn't it?
Oh yeah, great. But I said, I go,
His
yeah.
alarm just kept going off.
Yeah, I was like, what the fuck? But I said, I go, I want that. I said, I want an amp. I want a fucking DVD player head unit on my thing. And I said, I want a backup camera, like I said before, and I want a fucking amp in a box or a sub in a box. And he's like, all right, well, it's going to come out to like, and he's like doing numbers and he's just like, I don't know, it's going to be like $2,000. And I go, yeah, just fucking do it. I don't want to do it.
Yeah, but
and I go, I can do all that myself.
$2,000 themselves.
But I go, I go, dude, I can do all of that myself. I could probably buy all that for way cheaper and do it. But like you said, the perfect example was I could help anybody install shit in their car and it worked fine. Mine, when I put that sub in, it was myself. I think Moore was there. Trepp was there. Merlin showed up, and they all stared at my car, and we couldn't figure out why it wasn't working.
Really?
And then the next day, I went out to my car and started my fucking car, and everything turned on. I was like, Jesus Christ. And it was I don't know what happened. But we were out until like 1 o'clock in the morning, and I went next day and like, yeah, I turned my car and everything turned on. So I don't know if there's like a loose ground, but it was fucking like really loud. And I remember Merlin would just come and he would just lay on top of my sub and just go, oh, this is so nice. But I remember he used to warm up the subs in the morning. Mm-hmm. He'd drive and just goes, I don't turn it up loud at all. Warm up the sub. Yeah.
He had that Blazer or something. Mm-hmm. Yeah. He had all those subs in it. That shit was loud.
And then Trepp,
he was like fucking his hearing
Trepp
up.
had that fucking Solo Barrack 15.
Yeah.
And he let Steinmetz.
Yeah, but I think the JL band pass box was.
Yeah. But he had the Solo Barrack. He let Steinmetz borrow it. And someone stole it out of Steinmetz's car.
Yeah, Josh's got stolen.
Out of the Colt.
Out of the Colt.
Yeah. He had Josh had 2 JL12s.
Yeah, Steinmetz out of the Colt.
Yeah.
His shit was loud. Josh's shit knocked, and then the one day we came out of Notre Dame, and they stole it during the day in the parking lot. They just rolled up.
Yep.
And I'm just like, what? And we came out, and I used to fuck with his car. I would always get there, and I always had to wait for him. That was the story of being his friend. He always waited for him. And so I would kick his fucking car and set the alarm off. And the one day I went out there, and I just saw like the fucked up window, which made it easier if you had tint, because it would just fucking...
Yeah, it sticks there.
Yeah. And then I was like, fuck. And we were pretty sure we knew who did it, but you know...
Well, it sucks is I tried.
What are you gonna do?
I'm gonna sell my truck, and then one lady was looking at getting it, and I was like, yeah, I said it has all this stuff in it, and then I realized I'm telling like a 60-year-old woman that there's a sub, and you got like, and it's got like all this shit. And she's gonna be like, what? Like, yeah,
just take it out and part it,
and do what with it?
Sell it.
I'm not gonna put it in a new car. New car's gonna be beautiful.
Sell it.
What do you get?
Oh, we're not gonna talk about it because I'm gonna jinx it.
Yeah,
but this way,
he showed it to me.
We won't talk.
But this way, I found I can get the 6-cylinder version with 400 fucking horsepower. And the wife goes, you don't need to go that fast. I go, well, it doesn't. It's just fucking smooth.
Yeah.
Don't worry. It's going to be beautiful. It's not a Buick.
Does she see what it's pulling?
I said, but I already told her today we had a long talk.
Does she see?
No. I already told her.
Behind the wheel.
I told her.
6-cylinder.
Just prepare herself.
It better be 400.
We're going to get better fucking wipers because the girls are going to be throwing their fucking panties at me as I drive by. We're going to need, I warned the kids, just prepare yourself that it's not my fault.
Yeah. There'll be other moms.
They're going to see it and they're going to be like,
worried.
Whoa. Oh, it's beautiful.
You're gonna have to let me in on this.
I'll let you know.
Point.
Oh, I'm just waiting for a check to come, and then it'll be beautiful. And she doesn't approve. So. She does not approve.
Oh, I'm sure she doesn't.
Absolutely not.
When do they?
I'm sure she doesn't.
When do they?
I'll be riding in style. That's all I know.
We're not gonna get into wives right now.
No,
honey,
no.
Honey, I love you.
I liked. What did you post? And you're like, you hashtagged it, and someone brought up that you said it, and you're like, I'm just hashtagging this shit because I don't want to argue with her when I get home as to why I didn't mention her.
The gods.
Yeah.
It doesn't work.
Oh. What's going on with your business now? Like, where do you see it going with, the rest of the year? And I mean, you have the bus contract. Have you been growing outside of that, or has it been too hard to do it because it takes up so much time?
I've gotten, I have gotten trucks in Penargil, tractor trailers.
Oh, yeah, because you're doing the...
I actually did start on acid washing.
Yeah.
So I added that to my business. Now that's mainly acid washing is for aluminum. It's a dilution of a chemical that I got. I could also use it for fleet washing. Trucks is it's getting there.
Yeah, because if you would start...
I need to tweak some things.
So if you got that down, you could also be doing fleets and then be getting into like the one... like.
Well, I'm already into fleets.
No, I'm saying like over here, the truck fleets with like, what's the place we used to go to and clean the bathrooms?
Venencia.
Like Venencia or somewhere like that where you come in and then clean all their fucking trucks once a month. Like you could... And then you can have people doing that. I don't know. Your business is cool. There's a lot you can do with it.
There is, but right now there's a lot of work for me. Like, I can only do so much.
Yeah.
So obviously, I'm gonna end up hiring. I mean that's a gray area for me. I don't. I'm working on it.
Yeah,
let's put it that way.
But it's hard to create a job for someone. I mean,
yeah, but it's like even me, I can't. I just feel I trust myself.
Yeah,
I do it better myself.
I went over it in therapy.
Right, there's only so much you can do.
Yeah.
I know.
I went over it in therapy about like what my problem is with, like, we're talking about hiring somebody, and I'm like, well, I could do this, and she's like, yes, I know you can do it, but how much time will you free up having someone else do it? And then I'm like, I think I'm having control issues of letting go of the show.
Is it okay? So in my circumstance, it's I have to, as I don't want to say as Carlos said it, but fake it till you make it. It's a term. Is he right? Yeah, I'm sure he is. And that's grow my business until, basically I have to hire people. Make me force myself to hire people. But then I have to keep growing.
Yeah.
Because the more that I'm not getting paid, the more I have to pay other people, the more business I need.
Yeah, at this point, I don't know. I don't, like, with where I'm at, like, I don't have any fucking fat to fucking cut off to break to anybody.
Right.
Like,
I got a whole bunch.
We are barely getting by. So, like, and at this point, it's like, even if I was paying someone $60 a week, I'm like, that's fucking gas. Like, you know what I mean? It's not, there's not extra money to be like, oh, yeah. If there was, I'd be like, you do this, you do that. I pay you, quit your job. I'm not there yet. And it's like, but to get there, I have to release some of the fucking responsibility so it starts growing. But then I've tried to rely on people with interns and other shit like that. And then I'm like, and like what Zach always says, it's like, you can't fucking rely on 90% of fucking people you ask to rely on. And then it's just, and I'm not saying they're not unreliable people. Most of them are, but like, we've tried to have a bunch of people work for us, and it's always us two. That's it.
Now, you worked with me. You worked under me.
Yeah.
We've worked together side by side.
Wait, say that again slowly. You worked under him? How'd that go?
I was a power bottom.
Not painful at all.
I was a power bottom.
You're a power.
It really wasn't that bad.
No. There's chemicals involved, low grade acid.
So
there's a lot of whispering.
And that good work and hard work is hard to find. So it's very hard to hire people when you can't count on them.
Yes.
It's very hard to count on them until they keep showing up for work.
Yeah, they have to give a shit.
They have to,
and no one gives a shit anymore.
And
no.
Well, hold on. What's anybody's main purpose in really anything?
Well, it's monetary.
So therefore, okay. So going in the future, me building my business, I have to pay people well. Because listen, I go out there and I wash bushes every day.
Yeah.
Because I look at it as a paycheck.
Sure.
That's where I left my full-time job. Now I got to get this shit done. It's monetary to me.
Yeah.
It's a paycheck to me. Now, if I want to grow my business from there, I have to hire people and pay them well, make it worth it to them.
That's why kitchens never work, because they're never paid correctly.
Yeah.
That's when I was only a dishwasher ever in kitchens. I never was a chef like you.
I was never a chef. I was always a fat, drunk line cook. I make that perfectly clear to everyone. I know what you're saying.
Sexy line cook.
But what I'm saying is the problem with kitchens is that they never want to pay anybody. And then the problem is if you don't pay somebody correctly, like I got paid well when I worked at the deli. It was under the table, but I was paid well. So like that made me stay there.
Crazy.
What, working there? Yeah.
Yeah.
They're supposed to stop doing it.
Well, no, that sounds good.
So like when I worked there,
awesome.
I was paid well, but then some of the people underneath me weren't. And then the whole time they were like, man, well, like I'm here every fucking day working 12 hours a day. And then it's like, and then now I look at it where it's like, man, if I would have to hire somebody to do shit, like you have to pay people, unless you start getting interns or connect to college.
Every part of a business, every aspect of a business is monetary.
Yeah.
Everything revolves around money. you can't get paid more than me if I'm the owner, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so how do you stipulate what you should be paid?
That's what a lot of kids.
To what I'm.
A lot of kids nowadays see. They'll see how much you're getting money, like how much you're getting paid, or how much you make in a job, and then they're like, "Well, shit, he's only paying me say 100 something a day, and he just made $1,000 a day. Like that's not fair." But it is fair considering you're the one rolling the dice. It's all of your equipment. You're the one booking everything. But the kids today don't see that shit because everything is.
And it's only going to get worse.
They show up, they want free money and they want to do nothing because that's what they see on TV. Yes. It's the fucking, it's the influencer fucking era when they're like, I can go on YouTube and make money.
The more warehouses that go up around here. Yeah. They get paid more to do nothing. Mm-hmm. So it's harder for companies like where I came from, like GF, to find good work because they can go over here, make more money,
17, 18 bucks an hour.
Less.
Yeah.
If you didn't give a shit, if you didn't give a shit about the coronavirus, you could have been making like $35 to $40 an hour at Amazon. Working whatever hours you want.
Yeah, they just tick whatever.
Whatever hours you want. All they do is fucking stick the thermometer up your ass, which is the only reason I ever showed up, and I didn't even work there, and I would just scoot out the back.
You asked for 5.
They're like, wait a minute, you're just wearing a wig. Why are you
Where is this wig?
Why are you coming back here again?
Go put this wig on.
Costumes in the parking lot. But like, I know people that went over there, and all they did was checking your temperature, and I'm sure they did other shit there, but like, they were making a fuck ton of money. A fuck ton of money. And then if you didn't, you could work 7 days a week, as many hours as you possibly could as a person. And then you could tell them, hey man, I'm not coming in this week because I'm a little weary about coronavirus. And they'd say, okay, if you want to come back next week, come back. Like, dude.
Because they're that hurting for that many people.
But I'm saying,
that's the thing.
If you wanted to, you can make money. I mean,
but
the other thing too is like
Amazon.
When we were coming up in our 20s,
what is Amazon
when we were
banked at right now?
When we were coming up in our 20s, factory work was like, it was good. Like you can make great money doing factory work. Factory work now, I feel like you don't
about, like Kramer's. You worked at Kramer's.
I didn't make good money there, but Victaulic, what was the other one over here?
Victaulic Follett.
There was one. Yes, that was really good money. George Fisher paid all right.
They did.
And but they paid more back. They paid more before they were bought. I'm just saying factory work was different.
I want to turn to Shivey.
Expose yourself.
Amazon bank every year?
Oh yeah.
What is it?
Billions. In the bees.
Like hundreds of bees.
Yeah, bees.
Like hundreds of bees, like 200 bees.
Killer bees.
Well, I can tell you this.
When you make $200 billion a year, you can afford.
Well, you know how bad
to start at the bottom.
Well, you know how bad Amazon was. That I knew a guy there that was the head of their loss prevention, and the turnover rate for employees is ridiculous because they'd hire these kids and they'd say, "Well, I'm going to make $18 an hour and work at fucking Amazon." They're only there for a couple months before they start saying, "Yo, there's a lot of shit going in front of me that looks awesome," and they always steal. And he said, "Turn around, like they literally have their own loss prevention for stealing." That's how many people.
Stupidity.
Well, yeah, but that's what kids are. They're like, "I'm making $18 an hour."
Well, what is the rate on the people that are the employees that aren't stealing?
Yeah. Well, yeah. It's.
I mean, basically, there's. I mean, listen, it's a market right now.
Sure. Well, they deal in volume. That's different.
Especially with COVID.
Yeah.
Shipping.
Yeah.
Where does that end?
Yeah.
Where does that end? Where it ends?
What I gathered,
it ends with drones. When drones start delivering shit to your front door,
I'm gonna shoot that shit down by accident.
Well, that's all right because they have
film it. Report George
bees,
Wacker.
Yes, they have
right? They have billions of dollars. They'll just buy a new drone.
I have my own drone. I'm gonna combat it. It's gonna be fucking.
Are you gonna start delivering?
War in the sky.
I'll give you my address.
War in the sky. I'm putting a fucking firearms. Not sure.
Deliver
you should put a turd on your the tower.
They're gonna be like, "Why is our camera melting?" I'll have a fucking torch behind it.
Just drop off ammo and guns to my house. Please.
Oh, it's brutal right now.
Please.
It's brutal right now.
What's it been like making the transition from working in a factory that long to kind of you're now? I mean, I know you did it part time, but like, how is that the transition to like there's so much positives that you've texted me about too, where you're like spending a lot more time with your son and like getting, you can go home. Like you posted in the video, you're like, I'm done with work. I can go home. I'm not being told, and that was the worst thing I fucking hated about the post office. I'd finish my job because I was good at it. And then they'd tell me to do something else because somebody else was fucking the dog. I hated that shit, man.
No,
go back out. Barbara didn't finish her route. Ugh. Fuck you, man.
Yeah, fuck
you, dude.
Fuck you, Barbara.
Drive like an asshole. You don't get tickets being a fucking postman. Dude, I drove like a lunatic. I would just pull up, like fucking, what's that? The Christmas thing with Chevy Chase with the fucking crazy mailman. It was blow by. That was me. You want to put a time limit on me? I'm going to fucking run over somebody's dog. And it's on you, not me. You're the one making these fucking crazy expectations and yelling at me.
And you're right. It's crazy expectations. And when you were in a position that I was in, I hated going to my job because it was more so doing everybody else's job instead of mine.
Dude, you were just called for every fucking problem. Fucking problem.
Listen, and the people that were above me, I give credit to because that's their job. Their job is to find the best person to figure out the problem. So when it came to my job, I did what I was told.
Yeah.
And it wasn't what I wanted to do. So let's say they're the ones that gave me the opportunity to start my own business. They're the ones that sent me in this direction. And for me to leave a job that I worked at for 12 years, cared about the job, one of the ones that gave a shit about the job, to being just a number, drove me completely crazy. Showing up at work and hating to punch into that clock, whereas now I wake up and it's go time for me.
That was my favorite thing. Thing where now I was putting all the hard work, all the energy, all the time, everything that you do as a hardworking person into your own stuff. Right. And that's what because I always just had I had a million fucking jobs and it was always the same fucking problem. I worked too fucking hard. I gave a shit more than the person who was in charge of me, and I just fucking busted my ass. That's all I ever did. I don't know what my skill sets were, but I would get a job, I would fucking master it, and I would just work really fucking hard. That's just something I guess I got from my father, but like that's how it was. And then, at one point my mom's just like, I think you have to work for yourself because I think you're not going to stop working that hard. And you're the same way. Like when I hear you be like, oh, well, I'm switching the business, I'm doing this, I'm doing that. That's shit. Most people would have gave up on starting a business. Oh, I didn't make money right away. Boo, I'll give up. Where it's like when you have that in you and then you put all that fucking time and energy into a job and then somebody treats you like it's just a number and they're like, oh, well, we're not really going to listen to you. And it's like, well, I know what the fuck I'm talking about. And then when you put all that into your own fucking business, it's awesome.
What happens is a lot of these companies, well, you're correct. They try to find someone who's the fixer, who they can count on to fix any kind of problem. But the problem with big companies like that are once they find you, they will fucking run you into the ground because you're the only one. And they go, why do we need to hire anybody else that can do that job? We'll just treat him like shit.
And then they treat you like shit, run you into the ground, burn you out. And then when you leave, they just keep rotating until they find someone else.
Right. Like in the end, no matter what position you are, no matter if you're operator, no matter if you're bottom, no matter if you're middle.
I love bottom.
We've discussed
you like to be looking up. I know.
So it doesn't matter if you're in a multi-billion-dollar company, if you're up here, if you're here, you're replaceable. You're absolutely replaceable, and I hope everybody in a company like that understands that.
Yeah,
because it is what it is, and I hate to use that phrase.
Well, we talked about it last show. How like my grandfather worked at one
Sears and Roebuck.
No, one of them worked at Med Ed, and he was
Hardware.
there. No, he's at Med Ed, and he was there for 20 some years. Everybody was treated properly. Everybody was paid properly. There was Christmas things every year. They had to.
Well,
they all cared about their people.
Dude, my dad used to have the fucking Dorney Park. They'd rent the fucking pavilions.
Their grandfather worked at Keystone Cement. He was there. They all went to job. They all knew each other. Those days are done.
Before you started at, what was it, George Fisher or Harvell when you started?
It was still Harvell.
It was?
Yes, because they did outside
it was
stuff.
That long ago.
It was, yeah. It was, no, I was there for like 6 months, and then it went over to George Fisher, but it was still Harvell, and they were still doing like I was at the worst part of working there.
No, because it only got worse.
Well, the transition was terrible. But like they still did the stuff outside with the moon bounce, and they had the barbecue for everybody inside.
Yes. Listen,
but I liked it because of that.
I will say, George Fisher put a lot of money into that company. Harvell was more family owned.
Yeah,
Harvell cared about you.
But that's what he was saying about with the Med Ed and shit.
Just went. Yeah. They just went to shit.
They were an acquisition. And they took over and said, "This company needs to do this. This we don't really care about the people."
If they're moving sent me to Switzerland,
I was trying to push them to. I told them that I would go.
I'd be. Yeah. I would love George Fisher.
Yeah. I told him I would go. I would
I'll never move back here,
Switzerland.
But they didn't offer me that opportunity.
Yeah.
They sent me to California.
What'd you do there?
Failed.
Failed at what?
What they sent me there to do.
We were spy?
I did. Yeah. Russian, maybe German.
How fucking dare you?
You
fucking leprechaun, you.
What's it feel like now? What's it feel like now putting all that fucking time and energy into yourself?
It feels amazing.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be sitting here right now doing a podcast with my fellow brothers here if it didn't feel good. I can tell you that.
Yeah.
Because now we all have shit to do tomorrow. Tomorrow's Saturday, right?
My whole day is fucked tomorrow.
I have Call of Duty all day tomorrow.
To help put on a pool cover.
You told me you couldn't stay out late.
All day tomorrow. It took almost 5 fucking hours to load that fucking game. I'm so pissed off. All day I just sat there and watched it.
Okay, so Shivey has to play Call of Duty. I have to work. I do have to go work, and it's going to be a good day.
Yeah, well, that's the other thing too. Is like today's Friday. I was supposed to go to New York City.
Why is it so hard for us to figure out what day it is?
Because you're not on a schedule anymore. You're just working nonstop. I don't know what days are anymore. It's weird. So and like
you scheduled this.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah. See, yeah.
That's crazy that you scheduled this.
Yeah. There are some things I do.
You got the day right, I think.
No. Well, I was supposed to go to New York City to
or I showed up on the wrong day.
No, I was supposed to go to New York City to meet Angelo again, and he was doing another pop-up. There were some people that I wanted to talk to about doing food stuff, and there, I kind of wanted to rub some elbows with people. And then I looked at my day today, and I was like, all right, well, I got to get Mad J's apparel done and set up for him. I have to get
Hold on a second. Can we do something?
Yeah, what do you want to do?
Mad J's. Kicking ash.
So like I had to get his apparel today.
I had to throw that in there.
We'll cut it for a promo.
Well, you're wearing a t-shirt.
No, his sweatshirts.
What do you want me to do?
His sweatshirts we had to get in. So like I had to do that today.
Wearing a t-shirt.
It's like I could have pushed all that shit off to the Saturday or Sunday, but I was like, you're gonna fall behind. You're gonna fall behind. And now it's like I'm too busy. There's too much shit going on. It's like, somebody will ask, hey, you want to go get a beer? It's like, no, I know what I'm doing. I'm way past fucking day drinking.
I almost offered you to go get a beer earlier today.
I would have went, but there's difference between having a beer.
Past day drinking.
No, there's a difference between getting a beer before a show and hanging out and then working tonight. I don't like this. This work, but the work is after the show's over.
It would have been on me.
What do you mean? I don't know. Here, congratulations. I don't know. The other thing too is sometimes it's people could drink before the show, but we've had people that got fucked up and then like that time Tice came on and what did we drink? Like a fucking bottle of what did we drink? Like a bottle of tequila or something. And then we were so fucked up. And then he drove home. I blacked out. I don't even remember the show ending.
I drank a whole bottle of tequila that was shaped like a carbine rifle.
Oh yeah, that was in the original apartment. That was in my apartment. We were just
the
audio.
excitement tonight?
I don't know.
We stopped doing it because we lost a whole show and had to redo it.
Yeah, I
Was it worth it?
I couldn't edit.
No,
I couldn't
Chris,
see the screen.
Dude, Chris's kid was running around shoving soap in everyone's mouth if they swore.
Yeah.
It was bad. It was bad. I forgot Gavin used to come to the first.
And that was when there was I had no like stress at work that I could just go, hey, I make a lot of money this
Dude, the
week.
one night we got fucked up and I woke up, he was still at my apartment. Maybe it might have been that night. And I was like, oh, dude, you didn't go home. I mean, his wife didn't give a shit because we were a block away, but he still didn't make it home.
Yeah, no, I can't do that because now I work for someone else.
So
and he has another baby.
Home.
Oh, I could walk.
We just fell asleep.
Just a little, and I fell asleep.
We fell asleep. We took a little nap.
But I told him, I said, I can't see
Was
the
it
screen.
spooning?
No, he was in the chair.
It wasn't that close.
I might have even been hooking up with a hot chick at the time.
You were hooking up, and I just saw this girl coming. I was like, who's that? And then they went into your room, and I go, all right, well, I guess I'll edit. And then I just fell asleep.
Yeah.
And then I couldn't see the screen.
Imagine that when I didn't let myself go and women would sleep with me. What a great time. I don't know, man.
It's like when I was jealous of your spiked hair. You used to have spiked hair.
Yeah. It was before Guy Fieri, I'll tell you that. I loved spiking.
I think it was.
I
was way before Guy Fieri.
Yeah. I was into the punk rock stuff. Like this, actually how that started is when I was really young. My brother one day came down and I had long hair. My mom would always make me part. And
it's his birthday.
He put gel in it and he did Liberty spikes. And he's like, you look like Sid Vicious. And I was like, who's that? And he's like, started playing me the music and stuff. And then I was just like really into punk rock after that. My mom probably fucking hates him because of that. Like started dyeing my hair pink.
Your mom is the most sweetest person in the world.
Still
and I
is.
doubt she hates anybody.
No, she used to. I used to get a couple beatings from her. I'm gonna bring her on the show soon. I
want her to beat you on the show. Huh? That's what I want.
She hasn't beat me in a while. I don't know. I just started getting along with them in the last like 3 to 5. Actually, when I started running my own business, like I don't fight with them anymore. Like, I used to come home and just be like, this fucking shit. Do you realize there's less of that where you come home and you're not fucking complaining about the bullshit at work and you're just like kind of like, hey, you want to have dinner? like that was a weird transition for me where I had nothing to complain about.
I don't want to discuss this right now.
Well, I want to wrap up anyways. We hit our timer. I want you to come back on.
Sorry, honey.
I want you to come back on with Torres, and I think we should do something over. Like I told Torres, but he won't come on until they do the actual show. But I'm like, come on the fucking show.
Well,
he can push his business another time.
Jay Torres.
Yeah, but he wouldn't come on JCE.
Being summoned.
Yeah.
Get your ass on this show with me.
I told him. I said it'd be good, but he wants to come on with Justin first, and I get it. But now Justin's schedule's crazy because they opened up the fucking the one in the brewery.
Well, he's all the way out in Reading.
Yeah.
Every night.
I think he comes up like once a week. I'll try and set it up with Justin. That's how I'm going to have to do it. But once he pops his cherry, I just want to like, you guys should just come on whenever you want. Just bullshit. I don't even care if we fucking we'll do it off the rails with these two.
All right. Here's my bust on Jay Torres for the night.
Oh yeah, he said he had stuff ready.
Here we go. And no, this isn't planned.
No,
and he's just gonna be like, "Come on, seriously." But yes, you were out there in a poncho the other night, a poncho, but yet you wouldn't go to the Eagles Super Bowl parade. What the fuck, Torres? What the hell's the matter with you?
Was it a good poncho?
Eagles Super Bowl,
or was it the one of the dollar ones that comes in a little pouch?
I don't know what it was, but I commented on it to a dual poncho with Torres and Fauerbach in it.
Did it rain?
And it was two Chinese guys.
Did it rain for the Eagles Super Bowl parade? Why didn't he go?
Now, okay.
I say we save it. We should save it for when he's here to defend himself.
Yes,
we should save
we
it.
are.
We'll save it.
No, he has a defense in this.
All right.
He has somewhat of a defense. And any we're gonna leave it at
Leave
this.
it at that. We'll bring it back. I
We're
want
gonna
you
leave
guys
it at
both on.
this.
It'll be fun.
We're gonna leave it at this.
We'll do an off the rails. We'll get some beers from Birthright, and we'll
Yes.
fucking hang out and just get fucked up.
Yeah.
Because we'll do it on a Friday night or whatever, even Thursday night. I don't know. It all depends on his schedule.
Yeah. But let's go off of your schedule, Torres. Your schedule.
How does anybody get a hold of you if they're looking for pressure washing, media washing, any of that stuff?
Media washing.
Media blasting.
Okay, so 484-241-1711.
And by the time this airs, your website will be done. So what is the website that he went with? Is it BTG Blasting or is it Back to Glory Blasting?
Back to gloryblasting.com. Email is btgblasting or btgblasting@gmail.com.
You should try doing the commercials down here. It's just me constantly doing that, starting over, just yelling, just what the fuck.
Okay, so that was a once and done thing.
What? You did good.
Once and done
What?
commercial.
Yeah, I thought it was all right. It's just we're closing the show out. You're giving a chance to. It's what's your social? It's at Back to Glory or
social.
Yeah, your social security.
What's your
number?
social security? 17.
Yeah.
The PBRs are starting to kick in. Your Instagram is at Back to Glory.
Yep.
Yep, and then
BTG Blasting.
and then that'll have the website connected to that as well.
Website coming soon. Better be this weekend, Carlos.
He said it's done. He's like, dude, it's fucking killer. So I'm excited to see it.
Yeah.
I'll see if
So
he's
am
got
I.
anything done after this. If you're a first time listener to the show, you can go to neveragainstudio.com to get all of our other podcasts, audio and video. When I started that, I was like, oh, you're doing really good. And then I fucked it up.
Yeah.
Fire for the course. Check out neveragainstudio.com. You want to sponsor?
PBR.
Hit up Never Again. Yeah, if PBR wants to sponsor, hit us up at neveragainstudio@gmail.com. Thank you for coming on, man. You've been a friend for forever. I really am glad that you're finally shifting into a lane. We talked about it when we worked together that you wanted to get the fuck out of there. And one of my favorite things is seeing people take the fucking leap, and it's not easy, and I commend you for doing it. You have a family to worry about. It's not my situation where I have nothing. So you're really going all in, and hats off to you because it's not easy and no one really does it. So thank you for coming on. That's Back to Glory Blasting. Jesse, do you have anything at all?
No.
All right.
Nothing.
I regret nothing.
Nothing.
I regret
Say it
nothing.
with like an angry face. Ah!
I regret nothing.
Something.
Done.
Oh,